Okay, so I want to go ahead and introduce Spanish 111 to you guys. I'm just going to look at, I have 3 Spanish 111s this semester, one at High Point, one at Jamestown, and one at Cameron. So I am looking at my Jamestown class right now, and I'm not going to do a different video for each of you because the class looks pretty much the same. Okay, so I'm in my Jamestown class. This is Moodle. Okay, our class, you're going to want to work in 2 platforms. You're going to be working in Moodle, and you're going to be working in My Language Labs. And I'll talk a little bit more about My Language Labs. But the way Moodle has changed a little bit, I'm still trying to get used to it myself, but it looks like on the right-hand side, there's the instructor information. So you can see a picture of me, my name, a link to my blog. The blog is where, I'll go ahead and pull it up. The blog is where I post stuff that I use in the class a lot. It'll have like cultural information, or it'll have grammar information. So it's not something you have to check out. I just put it there mostly for, let's see if I can get out of this. I put it there mostly for myself so that I can pull things up quickly in class. But if we go over something in class and I'm pulling it from the blog, you can find it by going out here as well. This is my phone number and extension. These are my office hours. I'm going to be in AT 350 number 13 Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 8:30 to 9:30. And then on Tuesdays, well, I think I'm going to do this both Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't know why I only have Thursday written up there, but Tuesday, Thursday from 11 to 12 on the High Point campus. I'm in H5 112. I do teach on Cameron. I don't have an office out there yet, so I will try to work something. If you're in my Cameron class, you'll probably need to catch me either before class, like you'll just need to tell me that you need to meet, or immediately afterwards, because the days that I teach at Cameron, I also teach at High Point, and it's quite a bit of a trek. So I will be leaving fairly soon after teaching our class and heading over to the High Point campus. You can also text me. This is Remind, so if you text this code to this number, it'll make it so that we can text one another without sharing our phone numbers. I almost prefer this because there's times when people are working on an assignment and something isn't working right for them, and rather than let the time run out and not get it completed, I would prefer you to text me because even though I have email on my phone, I'm not always checking my email, but if something pops up as a text message, I usually see it. I, like you guys, unfortunately, am glued to my phone. So unless it's pretty late at night, I'm going to see it, and I'll probably, if it's an emergency, I'll probably go ahead and deal with your problem, or I'll at least get back to you so you know that I've seen you have a problem, and then I can allay your fears and let you know that I'm going to deal with it first thing in the morning. So I would prefer the texting. This is the big blue button. You can click on this if you want to meet virtually. I haven't had a lot of people want to meet that way, so I'm still working out the kinks, so I would love for us to play around in there. You could also do Skype, but I found you can watch this video. This video explains how we can use business Skype, but I don't think all the features are available for the student, so I'm not sure if this is completely true that we could do a screen sharing session. I did a Skype with a student recently, and it looked more like I could only text, which is the same thing that I could do with Remind. Other things, this is our book. You could go in here. This is a glossary. This is not required, but it might be nice for you to just kind of post who you are. This is the textbook that we're going to be using. It's the 7th edition of Arriba, and here is the ISBN number, and there's the bibliographic information. Also, the syllabus is right here. I don't know why I have it as Word. I'm going to change that to be a PDF. You can also get it as a Moodle book. There's our grading criteria. That just, if you click on it, it just tells you, this is in the syllabus as well, but it just tells, oh, I'm sorry, it's not in the syllabus. These are the rubrics that I use to grade your writing and your orals. But I also rewrite them into the assignment, so you don't have to look at them there. They'll actually be embedded in the assignments in which I use a rubric. This is the course calendar. It's pretty, and it's at the end of the syllabus as well. This is something new that we're doing this semester. I don't have each individual assignment listed there because I know sometimes the dates can change. Snow happens. Oh, hopefully for this semester there won't be any snow, but things happen, so I don't like to post every single thing on there, but I leave my Moodle site up. So if you wanted to work ahead or you want to know when an assignment is due, just scroll through Moodle. But this will just tell you what topics we're covering when, and this might help you if, for example, you're studying for a test or you're studying for the final, you would know which weeks to look at to find the materials that you need. And then this will just take you to the grade book. There's resources here. These are GTCC resources like tutoring, the library, etc. This gives you information about CLEP in case you're enrolled in this class, but you feel like Spanish 111 is too easy. You had it in high school. Okay, you had it in high school, then you could take this test. This just takes you to information about it. And if you get a certain score, you could place out of all of elementary Spanish 1 and not have to take this class. Or if you get an even better score, you could place out of all of intermediate, and then you wouldn't take any Spanish here. You would wait until you transfer, or you wouldn't take it, period. I told you before that we also use the My Language Labs site, which I'll just show you what it looks like. This is My Language Labs. I'm sure you've seen it in some of your other classes where you have a calendar and you have assignments on the calendar. If you're having trouble with My Language Labs, this is our priority line. Don't use any other. Don't look on the website and try to find a phone number. Use this one. This is a link that takes you to My Language Labs. This is a video that'll tell you how to set yourself up in My Language Labs. I'm going to post the code for our class right here, so you'll be able to come out here and get the code. Because you don't, when you do My Language Labs, it comes with an e-text. So if you don't want to purchase a book, I think it's cheaper if you just buy access to the site. That's fine. And if you happen to have a tablet and you want to bring your tablet into class so you can look at an actual book rather than looking on the computer, this will tell you how to set up your book on your tablet. This video tells you how to make accent marks. People ask that a lot. When you're taking tests in Moodle, there's not an accent mark bar, but this video tells you how to set up an international keyboard, and you can, so that it'll work, like you can flip, like if you look at the bottom of my screen, it's the English keyboard. I can turn it to the Spanish keyboard, and then my keys do different things for me, and I'm able to add in accent marks. And this right here is the international, these are the codes. It'll tell you which keystrokes will give you an E with an accent, okay? All right. So those are all the helpful information that'll always be on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, I'm sorry. And I think if you're looking at this in your phone, this stuff that's on the right-hand side will be the bottom blocks. Like you'll have to scroll all the way through all the other information. It'll be at the very bottom. Okay, so it's going to start here. You have a start here block. This just reminds you about your census date. There's an introduction to me, and then this video that I'm working on is going to go right here, and there's a little blurb. There's 2 little quizzes that you need to complete before the census date, and the census date is the 24th of August. Again, there's a video that tells you how to set yourself up in My Language Labs. And then some information about a temporary code. I'm going to give you guys all a temporary code that you can use for My Language Labs until you purchase your own. And this little video will tell you what to do when your temporary code expires. Each week is set up the same. You're going to see the topics. And when you open up the week, you're going to have a video that introduces the class to you. I strongly suggest watching the videos. I know this one's long, so you're probably thinking, oh, I don't want to watch the video. But it gives you important information. Like if I have a test or some big assignment, I actually go over it in the video, so it's to your benefit to look at the video. You'll be told what pages to study, what information you should get from the week, when your assignments are due, and then below that are the various assignments. Each week you're going to have a participation form in which I ask you if there are any questions or concerns you have about the class. If you don't have any, just post you have no questions, but you have to do this each week. It is a grade. Then also for each week, I will have hyperlink to instructor videos. These videos are the information that you need for the week. These classes are face-to-face, so we're going to be covering this stuff in class. So you don't have to look at those videos unless, for example, we went over the alphabet and you didn't really get it and you want to review. Those videos are a great place to review. Or if we had snow or classes got canceled, then I would expect you guys to just watch the videos. For the most part, though, I'm going to cover the same material that's in the videos in class. So if you don't want to watch the videos, it's fine, it's extra for you. Then you'll always have an assignment where you have to go out into My Language Labs, and then you'll complete the My Language Labs assignments. So most of the weeks are like that. You're just sometimes also going to have orals, tests, and I will explain each of those things individually in the videos that are at the top for the week. Okay, so really quickly, I also did want to show you My Language Labs. This is what your My Language Lab should look like. Your assignments will be on the calendar. They should match what's in My Language Lab, so you can open them up, and then you can, okay, it looks like you may want to actually click on Assignments, and then click Course Calendar, and then click on the assignments, and they should populate, and then you can click on each one and complete it. So don't forget to click on Assignments and Course Calendar. So then you complete the assignment and then hit Finish and Submit for grading. You can do it as many times as you want before the assignment's due date. But if you're doing it more than 3 times, I think you need to reach out to me because there's something else impeding you from getting it correct, and you probably need help. There are tutorials up here that you guys can look at. You are not required to. The only things that you may want to really know what to look at up here are your e-text, which right now it's saying it's not accessible because I need to go in as an instructor and click on it. But once I do that, your e-text will pop up. Your glossary, which is just so you can look up what words mean, and your verb chart. So when you're writing papers and stuff, you can use this. We do not want to, Google keeps wanting me to translate, but I don't need to. So if I hit abarcar and I want to translate it, we're mostly going to be in the present tense. You just click present indicative, and then it's going to conjugate the verb for you. So you can use this, and since we're in level 1, most of the time you're just going to want to click for tense, present indicative. Okay, so those are some features that might help you with My Language Labs. And I think that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me.